Perception among some residents of Tamale that the fastest growing business in the local economy currently is the non-government organizations. For many fresh graduates, the first place to consider when looking for employment is the NGO. The reason? These organizations pay good salaries. GBC24's Abdul Hayi Moomen has been to Tamale, also referred to as the NGO capital, to find out if the perception holds true in a region listed among the most poverty-endemic areas in the country.
Why would a fresh graduate refuse posting to a government department but would rather aim to either seek employment from an NGO or make attempts to establish an NGO? GBC24 embarked on a journey to Tamale, the NGO capital, to seek answers.
This is Tamale, the northern regional capital. Well, you can also refer to this city as the NGO capital of Ghana. Why? Because many of the NGOs in this country are based in this part of the country. But to what extent have their presence impacted on the lives of the people?
It is estimated that the number of NGOs, both local and foreign, currently operating in Ghana is in the region of 1,500. The deprived rural areas are home to a considerable number of NGOs. These organizations are active in the provision of clean drinking water, drilling of boreholes, access to credit for businesses, school building, and poverty alleviation. The activities of some of the local and foreign NGOs operating in Ghana have transformed whole communities and have benefited a lot of rural dwellers. However, some NGOs have lost focus on their main objectives and the original idea of the traditional Ghanaian Noboa system, the desire to help. According to some residents of Tamale, where many of the NGOs are based, they no longer feel the impact of many of the NGOs because they have been turned into money-making organizations.
Some of these people who actually have very nice banners, good letterheads, and have the grammar to put the proposal together, live in a luxurious environment or buy flashy cars, which is what they use as their profit. This thing, and then at the end of the day, these people will take it to the donor agency, and it's very difficult to find the money.
Some of them are really in the rural areas helping the women. They form them into groups, and they are helping them.
Who are they truly working for? Are they working for themselves or the people for whom they go and mobilize resources? There are a few of the NGOs. Indeed, you can see that they're working on the ground, and their works are yielding impact. Whereas there are others, we only see them driving in four-wheel drives. Really, you can't tell what they do.
Managers of some NGOs agree that there are unscrupulous ones which need to be weeded out.
We need to understand that in a system, they are likely to be some of these miscreants who come in to access, use poverty issues to access for resources, but they do not fully apply them. In the case of Send Ghana, in order to provide evidence of our own accountability, we have instituted what we call the downward accountability mechanisms, whereby we have established accountability notice boards in all our offices, accounting for every expenditure that has been used to the very nitty-gritties for our project principals, or what we call the project beneficiaries.
Depends on the modus operandi of the various NGOs. If you take my organization as an example, PCD, before we embark on any project, we do a baseline survey, and the baseline will give you the status quo as it is, so that after putting your interventions in place, you do an endline survey, and you can compare the results with the baseline report and see whether your intervention has really worked or not. So if you just go out there and you take funding and you just start implementing without any baseline, what are you going to compare with? How would you know whether what you have done has really brought about any change?
With the typical profit-making NGO in Ghana, the founder of such an NGO is the executive director and president as well. The composition of such an NGO takes the form of board members drawn from family and friends. Residents are calling for a regulatory body to monitor the activities of all NGOs, both local and foreign, operating in the country. According to them, auditing of NGOs' accounts should be a must, and that any NGO without the original idea of the desire to help should be shown the exit door. Abdul, Hayi, Moomen'S, GBC24, Tamale.